Now, Mr. Musk, I know you're the richest person in the world. Oh no, I guess right. I guess you're the second richest person in the world since you started messing around with this whole Twitter thing. But at the end of the day, you're still responsible to your stockholders, of which I am one of them, and millions of other people are stockholders. And being responsible to your stockholders means you should be responsible to your customers. And I think when you're responsible to your customers, you shouldn't be making angry half of your customer base, half of the potential customers out there. You don't want them looking at a Tesla and going, oh yeah, I like the car, but boy, that guy makes me angry. I don't think that's a good idea. Good morning, everybody. ScooterMike.TheCharterPilot here. Hope you're all doing well today. I am headed into work. I've got, when I leave early in the morning, my commute to work is about an hour and 10 minutes. If I leave at rush hour, it can be as much as 2 hours. And then sometimes it's in the middle there, like today, it's going to be about an hour and 20 minutes. And I apologize, I haven't done a Tesla upload in a long time. And I'm going to do maybe one more. I think this might be my last Tesla upload, to be quite honest with you. As most of you know, I have two Teslas, which I like very much. They're fantastic cars. And up until recently, I've been a bit of a Tesla cheerleader. But lately, I've been having mixed feelings about Tesla, and they're not about the car. The cars they're great. I've got a Model Y, and I've got a Model X. Or excuse me, I wish. I've got a Model Y and a Model 3. My Model 3 is a long range, and my Model Y is a performance version. To drive these cars is to love these cars. They're fantastic driving automobiles. I have a bit of a vehicle buying addiction. I've bought and sold many vehicles in my lifetime. I think I've owned, I don't know, somewhere between 25 and 30 cars. I'm thinking it's probably around 26, 27 cars in various two-wheel vehicles as well. But as I said, I'm having mixed feelings about Tesla. It's well, to be quite honest with you, it's the leader of the company, Elon Musk. He's starting to get on my nerves a bit, and is giving me some negative feelings about the car. As I said, I own two of the vehicles, and I own stock in the company as well. It's not a lot of stock for, I think, people that are wealthy, but for somebody who's middle of the road income to me, it's a significant amount of stock. Up until recently, I really believed in this company, and then he bought Twitter. I don't know what that was all about. I remember when there was talks of Mr. Musk buying Twitter, I thought, well, Twitter? Why Twitter? Twitter doesn't have anything to do with technology. It doesn't have anything to do with electric vehicles. It doesn't have anything to do with space. I didn't get it. And then he started posting tweets on Twitter. And then I was like, oh, I get it. This is about politics. And I thought, what a strange thing to do. Politics. It seems to me, regardless of what his personal feelings are with regard to politics, seems to me it's not his job to take sides. I mean, he can do whatever he wants. He owns the company. But just from a pure dollars and cents standpoint, it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me to draw a line down the middle of the sand. When I say the middle of the sand, this country is basically divided, not quite equally, but fairly equally in left and right. Why would you, as a car salesman, I get it, he's a lot more than a car salesman, but a lot of what his responsibilities are to his stockholders, and I'm one of them, is to sell cars. Why would you want to anger half of your potential market? You don't want people looking at your car going, well, I really like the car, but I really don't like what he stands for. That doesn't make any sense to me. When was the last time you went into a car dealership and the car salesman took sides on a political debate? Would you buy the car? Would you buy the car if he was opposite what your political feelings are? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, let's just look at the stock price. The stock price is less than half of what it was before he got into this whole Twitter thing. This doesn't make any sense to me. So part of my problem is I'm not sure I want to be somebody that
now take exit 37 on the right.
Is a cheerleader for a company that I don't believe in what the leader of the company believes in.
Make a U-turn to stay on South Loop East.
But Mr. Musk will say that this is about free speech, and he feels like, oh yeah, he's got to make sure that everybody has a chance to have their voices heard. My first point is, this is not about free speech. Your companies are private companies. There's no right to free speech with a private company. That's my first point.
Now make a U-turn to
the second point is, it seems like it's only free speech when people are saying the things that you want them to say. It seems like it's acceptable to you when the speech is about hate, or overthrowing our country, or overthrowing our democracy, or taking our democracy by a coup. That seems to be okay free speech to you. But when somebody's critical of you, you want to shut them down, you want to cancel their account, you don't want to hear what they have to be heard. So it seems like it's only free speech when they're saying things that you want to be said. So I don't really think this is about free speech. I think that's a bit just disingenuous. So, as I said, I have mixed feelings. I like the car, but I'm not feeling good about Tesla right now. I'm not saying I'm going to sell my cars, at least not yet. Right now, I don't see any car that's a viable alternative to a Tesla, having driven a Tesla. There are other manufacturers coming out with electric vehicles, but they're new. And with new technology, there's going to be a lot of bugs in those vehicles. I know the Mach-E is having a whole bunch of problems. It's to be expected. It's a new car. The Volkswagen ID, what is an ID4? I can't remember what it is. I was kind of interested in that car when it came out. It's got all kind of problems too. I think they'll get their problems worked out in time. But as of right now, I wouldn't want to own one. They're too new to the landscape. Tesla's been doing this a long time. And I'm going to tell you, I got two of them. I haven't had one problem with them. They're really good cars. And I'm going to keep enjoying these two vehicles for a while. As I said, until there's a viable alternative. I don't feel like I want to be a cheerleader for a company that's being led by somebody that seems to want to give voice to hate and quite frankly an autocracy. I don't plan to get into politics in any of my uploads other than this one. I don't think I'll get into politics. Now, Mr. Musk, I know you're the richest person in the world. Oh no, I guess right. I guess you're the second richest person in the world since you started messing around with this whole Twitter thing. But at the end of the day, you're still responsible to your stockholders, of which I am one of them, and millions of other people are stockholders. And being responsible to your stockholders means you should be responsible to your customers. And I think when you're responsible to your customers, you shouldn't be making angry half of your customer base, half of the potential customers out there. You don't want them looking at a Tesla and going, oh yeah, I like the car, but boy, that guy makes me angry. I don't think that's a good idea. So there will probably not be many more Tesla. There probably won't be any Tesla uploads for quite some time, unless I see some changes for the reasons I mentioned. But anyway, on a more positive note, I'm planning to continue doing uploads with regard to motorcycle vlogs, motorcycles. I purchased another bike, and I've got 2 more on order, and I will share those details with you just as soon as I possibly can. And then later towards the springtime, I hope to start doing some uploads regarding what my job entails as a charter pilot. I'd like to put some information out there for those that want to be a pilot in the future, to get an idea of what is the life of a charter pilot like. It's very different than an airline pilot. What I do, we both fly airplanes, but what I do and what an airline pilot does are 2 different things. So there's a big pilot shortage right now, so for those of you that are interested in becoming pilots, I'd like to do some day in the life of a charter pilot, so you can get an idea, is this something that you would want to do? I would recommend it as a career. I love this career. I don't think there's any, in fact, I'm certain there's no other career that I would have. I wanted to be a pilot since I was 5 years old, and it is, I think it's the best job in the world. So anyway, we're going to do some more uploads on that, and I look forward to sharing my career life with you, and sharing my my hobby of motorcycle, scooters, Can-Am riding with you. And I'm going to take you along as much as I can, and I think that's it for this morning. I got to get to work, and we'll talk to you later. See you, bye.